Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D. This will be my video on P Diddy or Diddy, whatever you want to call him. This is an astrology reading as well as a psychic reading. I don't have his time of birth, so I can't read all the chart that I've got for him, but I've found some interesting things just by looking at his birthday. And I feel like I can see why everything has sort of come down around him. I also got to say too, if in the comments you can put down, because I feel like that I already knew this was happening with him years ago, like back in like 2000s, and I just assumed that for some reason him and all his other friends and buddies in that circle, in that industry or community, whatever you want to call it, sort of that's what they do. It's not right, but they get away with it. Their music is kind of explains everything. That's kind of like me. I kind of feel like we're a little bit in a bit of a crazy moment here where, I mean, it's a good thing that he's been caught. But I think that this has been a bit of a slow mark because I really feel like this has been going on since day one. And that we all kind of knew about it. Okay, but put in your comments. It might just me just being intuitive, but put in your comments if you feel the same way. Okay, so let's share the screen here on the chart. I can read what I can read for you with the chart, and then we'll do more of a psychic reading where I'll tune in and I will tell you what I see for what's coming up with him. Hopefully at some stage we'll get to have his time of birth and we will be able to see exactly what's going on. Okay, let's have a look here. All right, so as I said to you, I can't read the full chart, but his birthday is the 4th of November, 1969 is what I have here. Just ignore the time. He's in New York City where he was born. Okay. So he is a Scorpio. So Scorpio with a Virgo moon. I do feel like he'll have a Virgo moon no matter what time he would have. Mercury in Scorpio, Mars, Venus in Libra, and Mars in Capricorn. Having that Scorpio sun there, Scorpios, I always say, don't make them angry. Be careful of Scorpios. They want loyalty. There's a thing about them of trust and loyalty. That's their thing. They are good at investigating or finding out if someone's sus around them, like sort of inquisitive and finding out what's wrong. But there's also deceptions there with them. There is manipulation with Scorpios. They do keep their cards close to their chest, so they are quite secretive. And I just feel like they have a stinger there. They use your weakness against you with a Scorpio. He's got the moon in Virgo, so he's not only got the Scorpio, but he also brings on the Virgo personality as well. So he's very he likes things to be perfectionist, nitpicky. He likes things to be white, crisp, and that's what we used to always hear about him having those white parties, which again I thought was strange. Having I just thought it was very strange back in the day. But if it's a Virgo thing, I like things white, crisp, clean, very precise, very nitpicky in how I want things to look, how I want things to be. Overthinking things too. His Mercury is also in Scorpio. Look, I dare say he's secretive. Also, the way he thinks is manipulate people, holding back. But he'd all be about, even the way he thinks, a lot of him would be about loyalty. Are you loyal to me? Would be coming up here for him. The Venus in Libra, he likes women who are going to do things for him, who sort of won't argue with him, do as they say told, but they like to fight for justice at the same time. His Mars is in Capricorn, so for him, he's probably motivated by business. There is an aspect of following the rules. He doesn't like people not following the rules. It'll probably be more his rules. If you don't follow his rules, he gets very angry at you. Or if you aren't if you're not loyal, but if you're not like structured, not on time, or you messed up his routine, that would really make him a bit angry. And then I've got the Jupiter and Libra as well. So when we look at the aspects with the chart here, from what I can see, so he's actually got coming up soon next year, Saturn's going to be coming over his node. It's like going to be a problem with a life lesson here. The big thing that I can see what's been his downfall what's brought all this up to the surface is the Pluto over Mars. It's right over there, that Pluto over Mars. So Pluto's about, it is endings, it is death and transformation. So it is like the phoenix. So it is sort of an end of, I guess, of his downfall. He's probably not feeling quite happy, but this is where I feel like what's coming up here, what's caused this sort of ending or this legal action against him. Of course, we are dealing with Capricorn, which is about institutions. It is about law and order as well. So I thought it was interesting. Oops. Okay. Also too, in his chart, he has conjunct Venus with Jupiter. That's actually luck with money and relationships. So he actually has luck when it comes to relationships and when it comes to money as well. He's also got, he has aspects here. He's got Chiron, which opposites his Uranus, Pluto and Uranus opposition here. So he does, I think that he has some really painful wounds to do with like when people leave him or when there's certain endings that come about. It does really affect him. And also he's got unexpected pain with this Uranus, the Chiron that he has, and it's deep-seated. He does hold that in. He's someone who's money, if he has money problems, he probably does. He keeps it into himself. He doesn't go and tell people his problems. He's very like broody, and you can see that with him, that he is quite broody and keeps things in. As well. Interesting. Also, I thought he has the Jupiter square Mars. He's not good in an argument. It's probably also why he loses his temper a bit with that. And Mars square Saturn, so problems with anger as well, which we can see that. Venus also square Mars, even though he's got that Jupiter with Venus there, he also just gets frustrated, and he's with Mercury. He really has things with his temper. Mars is your motivation, it's your anger as well. So he really doesn't have good aspects to Mars. I think that's why when you see him losing his temper, gets quite violent and bitter, and also very like going to manipulate you, going to take revenge on you. This is where we've got all those squares coming up to with Mars here, because we've got one, two, three, 4 planets squaring Mars. So he's a very angry person, I would dare say, and would not be good when he does lose his temper. In saying that, he has unexpected strength here when we've got that try to Mars to Uranus as well. Now, interesting too, we've got Neptune. That's going to come close to his Chiron in a couple of years, but because it's so close already to Chiron, it would already be kind of affecting this opposition to his natal Uranus, Pluto here. So this is a dissolve, unexpected endings here with that could come up as well, which also might be affecting things too. And also the Chiron, transit Chiron, is also hitting that. That's opposite. It's being showing opposition between the natal Jupiter and Venus. Shows pain with relationships and money. So it's dimming that positive aspect that he's born with. It's dimming that, if you want to say. That's causing him quite a pain. That's also why he's sort of in the slammer there as well. Do anything with this? Everyone's saying that he's going to be in jail for a long time. I don't know about that. When we get to the year 2028 and 2029, Jupiter is going to come around and it's going to hit these planets here. And that's going to give him quite good energy. So it's going to be luck. He'll have luck with money, relationships. When it comes into Scorpio, luck over his life, luck with communication. So really, that's only 4 or 5 years away. He's going to come in some good energy, as well as, if you knew the time, when Jupiter comes over here and hits the sun, hits the moon, you're going to feel better as well, and something positive for the home too. So, and he's got unexpected luck once Jupiter comes over here, and that's going to be more 2027 when it comes to here. So while obviously everything's sort of falling around him now, in a few years' time, it could be a completely different story that we see. And I kind of feel like it's going to be an aspect where people forgive and forget, is what I kind of feel. Okay. So that's what I can kind of see with his planets, with what I can see. Even that Chiron opposite Pluto, that's really deep pain that he's got there. Oh, he's also born with an opposition with Mercury and Saturn too. So problems with communication as well with him as well. So anyway, quite interesting what I could see. I would love to know his time of birth and we could see the whole chart. And that would also give us a bit of clarity as well, what's going on. But I dare say that transit of Pluto and Mars is what's brought the ending down and around him. Let's have a look. Let's do some cards. It's tuning to his energy. I want to say, I feel like this man has no regret. That's what I'm picking up. I feel like he has no regret. He has no remorse. He's not sorry for what he's done or how he's hurt people, because I feel like he feels like he's like a king. He feels like he has millions. And I feel like that even though he's behind bars, and this is something that I was seeing around him last night, was that even though he's behind bars, he's still pulling strings here. He's still able to manipulate people. He's still able to control certain aspects of his life. I feel like that he's searching for like a better lawyer, is what I feel like, someone who's going to like have that celebrity status or celebrity aspect in terms of who's going to represent him. I feel like that people around him will betray him. I do feel that too. I feel like he might get people like Usher, people like even people like I can see his face and I'm trying to remember the name. Eminem could come out and betray him as well. And I feel like he's still going to be earning decent money when even though he's in the jail here. I feel like that yeah, everything is falling down around him for his business, for his career. But at the same time, yeah, he's got a bit of anxiety here. But there is some kind of celebration for him or some kind of win. And I asked last night, I was tuning into this and I was sort of like, he's waiting for a payoff here. And I was asking, since Justin Bieber coming out, I feel like he's a bit too scared to come out. There's stuff, and I feel like that there's a hold over Justin Bieber. I feel like there's some stuff that he has done. It's kind of like he's sort of sold his soul, and he's too scared. He's got a lot of anxiety to come out and say stuff. But I just feel like he's a snake. It's like I see him in prison, but he's a snake here, and I feel like that. And I even feel like in jail itself, it's like he's being rewarded. It's like he's being looked up to. I just see him like a king. It's like he's still going to be living in some kind of luxury, even though he's in jail. I feel like though he's got a lot of bitterness too. I feel like I think his name was Biggie, the big rapper that passed away. There's a certain bitterness. I feel like there's a bitterness to him for some reason. I'm picking that up. It is a destruction, but last time when I was looking at last night, he might only be in jail for like 4 years, which goes in line when those Jupiter hits those planets again. That's going to be positive for him. I just feel like long term, is he in jail? I don't feel like he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I just don't feel that for him. I feel like he's like a slippery snake here. He's going to try and get out. And it's almost like if you like cut the head of a snake, 2 more heads appear. And I feel like this is a bigger underground network. I feel like he's also working with like drug dealers or cartel dealers here. He's in a big mess. But I kind of feel like he's looking for new lawyers. This is what I'm hearing. Someone who's really big celebrity, because it's like he's a big celebrity. And I feel like that whoever has had meetings with this man or connections with this man has not been good. I also feel like this might have been part of the reason why J-Lo and Ben kind of broke up too. I feel like there's an aspect of him that's affecting J-Lo and Ben, kind of reason why they kind of broke up too, is what I kind of feel as well. It's just like, yeah, we're seeing everything come around him at the moment, but at the same time, there's a celebration here. We're not heard the end of this. And I feel like it's going to be, I feel like when it goes to court, it's going to be like the Johnny Depp court case where we're all glued to the screens, we're all seeing what's going to happen, or it's going to be wild and some of the things that are going to come out. And I just feel like it's going to be the same thing. We're going to be like glued to the TV. Can't wait to see what comes out. He does have people that's going to crumble around him and going to speak out. And I feel like with some of them, he's going to be quite surprised in who comes out. And I feel like once you betray this man, it's like he's done with you. It's like you're dead to him, is what I feel too when it comes up to this man and how he feels. He has a sense of false security with him. He's manipulating, but it's all about tying you in and trapping you is what I feel too with him. He has a way of slipping through the law is what I feel like. As I said, I just felt like this was something that him and a lot of the other rappers or people in that community, or just people in that community did or do and get away with. My friends used to always ask me, why don't you like this? Why don't you like rap music? I say, because it's not respectful to women. That was my big thing. Even back in the early 2000s, I didn't like it. And I just feel like he just collects on that money. And there's more money he's going to be collecting on. He's just waiting for some stuff to come up now. But yeah, I just don't feel like long term, I don't feel like he's going to be put away for life. Like you've been hearing for 4 months, but I feel like 4 years, but it's going to be interesting to see once that Jupiter hits those planets and to see what's going to happen for him. But even with the cards, yeah, he feels like he's trapped, but he's going to want to break free. I feel like he's going to get a lawyer that's going to manipulate everyone to thinking in a way that he thinks too, where it's like it's not as bad, or where he's painted in the bad light deliberately. I just feel like there's some things he's going to slip through as well. But yeah, at the same time, I do see him behind bars, but I keep on seeing stakes around him. So I just feel like he's pulling strings in jail. Like he's still got power in jail is what I feel like with this man. He hasn't lost power. And I feel like there's still people too scared to speak up around him, but things go a lot deeper than what we see as well. I think that's it. That's what I get for him. Everyone, I put the cards out, the sense of trappedness. I think we'll hear more stuff, more celebrities that will get caught up and come out. It'll be very interesting. We'll all be glued to the TVs. And if I forget any more updates or downloads in this, I will do that as well. But it's just interesting to see what I could see in his chart. So thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments. And I will see you for my next video. So bye for now.